Hey guys, welcome back to Hey How Are Ya? This episode is such a cool episode. It's my friend Connor from school. But Connor, I don't know them through improv like you've seen with Miles. I know Connor through my Phi Mu Alpha Sinfonia fraternity. It was my music fraternity that I was in school. It's a part of my life that I really treasure, and Connor is a person from that part of my life that I treasure, if not just as much, if not more. Yeah, they're really cool. Quick audio note. I played with the new mics, not having them in their stands, and they work great, but I didn't know that if you even tap the XLR cord, there's some weird like tippy-tappy noises. So, yeah, just when you hear those, just know that everything's fine. Your headphones aren't broken. It's just the episode this week, and they don't happen too much anyway. Okay, that's enough from me. Enjoy listening to my really cool friend talk about their really cool life. All right, enjoy! Hello and welcome to Hey How Are You, the only podcast that records in whatever place they want to record. I'm Cam Kreitner. I'm your wonderful host today, and I have a really cool guest. So this person is staying with me this week because they're visiting New York City, and I forced them to be on the pod. You don't know them, but I know them. They are a great friend of mine. I met them through my music fraternity, Phi Mu Alpha Sinfonia. They succeeded me as president of the fraternity after me. They have their master's degree in some sort of science that I should have asked them before we started recording. And they are a 2-bite brownie enjoyer, as well as just went to the Met for the first time today. So we'll have a lot to talk about. Give it up for Connor Norris.
Woo! Thanks for having me. And I wouldn't say you forced me to do it. I'm happy to be here.
Oh, well, I'm really happy to have you. 2-bite brownies.
Yeah. Well, I recently had some with you that were really good. They're like fine normally. Those were like exceptional 2-bite brownies.
They really were. I appreciate. I know that we're good friends because we can relate with each other on how like what makes a good 2-bite brownie. Anybody who has standards for 2-bite brownies is a friend of mine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But and then I have to ask you the question. Also, it is 10 something p.m. We just figured why not rip a podcast at 10 something p.m. So welcome.
Special edition.
Yeah. Night. Hey, Connor Norris. How are you?
I'm good. It's my first time in New York. Definitely got my steps in today. My feet hurt a little bit, but you know, we carry on. I'm doing good, and it's so great to be here with you. Like, genuinely.
Oh, thank you. It really is a treat. How has New York been for you? Like taking in the sights, because it is a crazy place, and you got in during the World Cup.
Right.
So, like, what's that been like? Like seeing a city you've heard about, I'm sure. You've heard about New York before.
You know, it just recently came on my radar. I was like, huh, what is this place? Like, I guess I'll have to check it out. I don't know. I know, yeah, I guess my friend lives there. But, no, I've kind of gone on a little progression with New York since I came here. The weather has been not good the past 24 hours. It was kind of rainy when I got in, and it was definitely
rainy all day today.
So like that kind of made it hard at first to like be like, oh my God, I love it here. But like I was chilling, we were getting along. Navigating the subway system was maybe harder for me than it should have been as someone who likes to think of themselves as good with directions.
Yeah.
That was a little maybe overstimulating at first and something I had to get adjusted to. I feel like I'm good with that now, though.
It is. If you have your right mind about you, like truly, the New York subway system, outside of knowing where your stops are, is super easy to navigate. Like it gives you every piece of information you could need.
Yeah.
Generally, you know.
The signs were pretty good.
My friend was visiting, hanging out, and they totally, like, phone died, managed to find their way back to me. It was insane. Like, it's like they just got lucky, but knew from what we had talked about how to get here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like once I got to a subway station, I could figure out how to get back to you, but it's getting to a subway station. I feel like I would have to kind of luck into that one.
Or God forbid, you have to ask a stranger.
That's a great point. That, I guess I didn't think about. I wonder what.
Genuinely, can we dive into that? Do
Okay.
you think there's something about is it strangers in general, or do you think it was New York strangers? Like or even is it a greater societal thing? Why did you not think to ever ask a stranger?
I don't think it's anything to do with New York. Like, it's not like, oh my God, people in New York are so mean. Like, I don't have like thoughts like that. I maybe just have a tendency to just like try to figure my own stuff out.
Cool.
Maybe a broader thing of asking for help. Who knows?
In that
But
box,
that's a great point.
and that box is gonna go off into the
We're
corner.
gonna tuck that for later. We're gonna consider and think on that.
Also,
I could ask a stranger. Yeah.
For viewers watching the video, Connor just took a shower, and that is why their head is covered.
I have long hair.
Yes.
And we're plopping right now to
What-
get the curls going.
What's
Plop.
What
It's
is
when
that?
you plop your hair.
No, yeah. What is that?
You wrap it in some kind of fabric. This is a t-shirt. It doesn't necessarily have to be that, but it just kind of like scrunches the hair down on the top of your head, and it helps like kind of get curls to.
Oh
set
my
in.
God, that would
Yeah.
ruin my hair.
Well, I don't know if you could really do it with your hair.
Why not?
I don't, something about the length. I don't know.
Why not? What if I did it?
Just all like hang straight down, then you have to like try to.
Yeah, I get terrible is it calyx?
Calyx.
Yeah, I get terrible those when I even like from sleeping hard on one end or even like
Yeah, that's real.
yeah. So it's like to me that feels like just a calyx generator like plopping.
No, because it's wet.
Got it. So I
Yeah.
should wet my hair.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't do this dry.
Could I?
Any kind of styling, some kind of water has to be there. But like my hair wouldn't be as curly as it normally is if I didn't do stuff while it was wet, like immediately after showering.
This is
As in now.
truly big for me.
And then like maintenance in between hair washes. I'm not like totally re-wetting my hair, but it does need like some kind of moisture to like wake it back up.
Yeah. There's a 20% chance I've been leaning out of shot this whole time. We're not gonna restart.
Great.
You guys,
Amazing.
You guys know what I look like. With styling your hair, how long has the hairstyling journey been a part of your life? Like when did it become truly important? Because for me, I didn't really try to style my hair until like high school. And even now, I don't really know how to style. I kind of just brush it until I like the way it looks. And then I'm out the door. I don't really use product.
As far as really recently goes, I started growing out my hair in 2021, about summer 2021. And then I've been growing it out ever since. It's kind of been a gradual journey into figuring out what really works for me. Because there's like a million different products out there and a million different like things you can do. And
Do you have any
kinda
horror
find-
stories in the hairstyling journey?
Not really when it comes to styling. Like it can kind of take effort to do it all, which is sometimes not something I necessarily want to be sending effort to. So there's been times where I've like maybe not been reaching my full potential with the hair because I was like, that is too much. I feel like I'm in an okay spot.
I like your hair.
Now. Thanks.
We'll put a picture up right here, right now, of
Right.
Connor's hair typically, or what Connor would like to share with everyone about their hair, and you can put in the comments down below.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Everyone who watches this podcast is super nice,
Right.
So I'm sure they'll love your hair.
I do feel like I've really lucked in on styling in the past, like this year.
Yeah,
26.
that's real.
I've really gotten into like figuring out what products and what product combinations work for me.
Drop the routine.
Now I'm trying to remember what specifically I use off the top of my head. I don't remember the specific product's name, but it's like
That's honestly a beautiful way to be.
Yeah.
But describe how the bottle looks. Because you know how the bottle looks.
Well, okay, I know brands. So I have a Shea Moisture. It's like a mousse. I put it kind of closer towards my roots.
Cool.
It helps with frizz. Leave-in conditioner. I use that about daily, and then water with the leave-in to kind of wake it back up on a daily thing.
Wake that up.
I got a brush that helps specifically with curly hair. It has like combs on the side of the brush, and it kind of helps separate a little bit. I was using like a cream as well to help with curls, but then I ran out of it, and like the next two times that I washed my hair
You were
without
cool
having
with how
gotten
it looked?
it actually kind of looked better. So maybe it was just kind of weighing my hair down.
I was gonna
it's
say.
still it's an ever evolving journey. That's where I'm at right now. It's definitely on the simple side as far as like a long hair, curly hair routine goes, but I feel like it's working for me for right now. And then I can always like figure stuff out afterwards if I want to like add anything. There's like gels you can get too, which is a little more like lightweight.
This is a whole new world for me.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like revealing that I know nothing about like hairstyling.
Yeah. Well, I also, this may be different for you. I don't wash my hair all that frequently because it's like not good for me to be washing my hair that much. But I imagine you would do it every day.
For the safety of myself and myself around me,
Right.
I'm not going to share how often I shower or wash my hair.
Oh, well, I've been sharing so much about what I do. You don't want to share, Cam? It's your podcast.
Okay.
I didn't mean to like expose you on that, but
Okay. All right, so let's talk about what I do. So I got my hair cut a while ago, and the lady who was cutting my hair, she ruled. It was just $100, so I've not gone back. It was like one of those fancy boy salons with like want a beer, and I'm like, no, I want my hair. Yeah. There's like these like it's there were probably a couple in Athens, but we never went to.
Yeah.
But like there are these boy salons now where you go in and it's like super bougie. You can drink a beer, eat some peanuts, and they cut your hair the same way that like any good hairstylist would. But there's also like treats, and people love it, you know. And I learned two things. If I had the money, I'd be going every month, you know? Oh, yeah, someone gets to style my hair and I get to, like, drink a beer and chat. Easy peasy. But for me right now, when I'm going into the hairstylist, I just want my hair styled. I don't really need anything else.
right.
All this to say, when I got my haircut, she did ask me about my hair care routine, and this is what she said. She said, you, to me, you, not you, imagine. Your friend Connor.
When I was there.
She goes, okay, you need to only shampoo once a week,
Oh.
and then anytime your hair is feeling gross, condition. So
Gotcha.
Condition. I kind of condition every time I'm in the shower, because unless I feel gross, and I have my girlfriend Lauren to thank for this. I've been showering more often when I'm feeling gross.
Yeah.
I love to kind of be in my bed. Kind of like let my bed be my kind of like I can be a like pig and like not shower if I'm sweaty and gross. But if I feel exceptionally gross, I'll shower. I'm hearing my friends listening to this right now and being like, we're about to, you only shower every other day? What the hell? Like I'm mentally preparing for getting absolutely just dog walked by my friends, and I'm not excited about it. But all this to say, typically I shower on a normal, not sweaty week. I'll shower once every other day, and then once a week I shampoo. And then when I'm showering every other day, my hair has kind of gotten to a point where I just go ahead and condition it.
Yeah.
So if I'm in the shower, I condition, and I use the brand my mommy uses. I use Suave. Shout out my mom, Suave Rosemary and Mint. Thank you for letting me use your shower growing up. She had the cooler shower. That was kind of my when I was super young.
Yeah.
I needed I didn't know how that showering was important. And some might argue that I apparently still don't think it's important. But I would need like an incentive, and my mom had really good water pressure, and it was like a cool shower, so I used my mom's shower.
Hey, whatever you got to do.
Yeah.
To get it done.
But
I respect it.
Now I need to kind of like just defend myself a little bit here.
Right.
I need anyone who's ever been around me to think if I've ever truly smelled bad. Before you come to me with any sort of like Cam, you don't shower every day. Just think about it. If I've smelled bad, absolutely come tell me. In fact, if I've ever smelled bad, text me now as you're listening to this podcast. Oh my God. I
have bad news. No, I'm kidding.
For audio listeners only, Connor just reached for their phone. Hey guys, just a quick little break. Hasn't this episode been fun so far? I know I've been having fun. Yeah. This is just a little break. Take a nice deep breath. Have you done your laundry today? Have you done your taxes today? If you are doing them today, it's a little late or very early, so congrats or I'm sorry. Okay, that's it. Back to the episode. So I want to talk about Phi Mu Alpha a little bit.
Okay.
I'm going to say it again because I kind of said it too fast. Phi Mu Alpha,
right,
which is the fraternity we were both in. Fraternity, legally not in air quotes, but for us it's an air quote. It was more like a group of music nerds.
Yeah.
And I want to talk about it because I haven't had anybody on that knows about it. And yeah, like for me, it was a transformative experience. I met a lot of people who I'm still friends with today, including you, who's currently at my house in a state miles and miles away. So talk to me about Phi Mu Alpha.
Well, I started college in 2020, so COVID was going on. There wasn't much of anything going on, but there were virtual on Zoom mixers.
Oh my God, I forgot you were literally a COVID baby.
Which it wasn't all bad because I at least was on campus in a dorm and at least like got out of my dorm room to go get food at the very minimum on a given day. So I was at least leaving the house, but there wasn't much going on. Like obviously it was the fall of 2020. But there were these virtual mixers going on. And so I was like, yeah, I like music. Like, let's see what it's about. And it was a great time. It gave me like something to do socially. When
the
there
people.
Really wasn't anything going on. Yep. Mm-hmm.
The people. What's your favorite part of UGA? The people. So I can share this. They were like as a probationary member is what it's officially called. Pledge. Yeah. As a probation. Chill. Last thing I want to do is get Phi Mu Alpha in trouble because of all the fraternities we're the one that needs to be not in trouble. Because we truly didn't really haze. I would say like 100%. Like some folks might view like some of the requirements of pledging, of being a probationary member, to be like a lot to do.
Yeah.
But truly, that was all laid out in front of them for me. But regardless, we had interviews that we had to do with brothers, and one of the questions is, "What's your favorite part of UGA?" And it was always the people. Or opportunities.
Yeah.
And that was always a really, really fun. Like, it's seeing if you're a people person or an opportunity guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, what united Phi Mu Alpha, as you know, is love of music. Like truly, like it was a music fraternity.
Yeah.
And so, talk to me about music and where your love of music comes from, and what, like how did music become something that you wanted to follow even into a fraternal organization, air quotes. I'm just going to open my page while you talk real quick.
I mean, it probably really started in middle school. I was a big band kid growing up. Played the trombone.
Let's
Picked it up
go.
in 6th grade. It was kind of a spur of the moment thing. I knew I like wanted to do a music as like this will be a fun thing to do in school, but I don't know if I was like super locked in on what I wanted to do. I mean, I wasn't. I chose trombone almost randomly.
You chose?
Yeah.
Because for me, what they did in my middle school is they're like, buzz your lips on this. If it sounded bad, they gave you a bigger one. And then
Oh, wow.
So like it's like they gave me a trumpet mouthpiece, and I was like, nope. And I get the trombone, like, that's you. And it's like I never even touched a reeded instrument during my like process. And I was like begging to be percussion. I'm like, let me please be percussion. Please God, I want to be percussion. And they were like, no, sorry. Your lips fit on a trombone mouthpiece. so that's how trombone found me.
Yeah, no, we got to choose. It was like an instrument petting zoo. They had like little stations around the band room, and then also for the orchestra room for the strings. And they had like someone come in, like college students or whatever, people who were affiliated with the program as far as like private tutors and like who they recommended, whoever, right? And then you'd go and you'd try the instrument for like a brief little second. They'd like grade how well you did, and then like that helped you make your choice on what you wanted to do.
And you could touch the college student with 3 fingers. You said petting zoo, so
more for the instruments and less for the college students as middle schoolers.
Sorry, I'm just trying to make you chuckle. Sorry, I was trying to make you laugh.
But yeah, it was kind of like, that was the last thing I tried. I was like, hey, this seems kind of fun. And then I just kind of chose it. And then I stuck with it for over a decade. Did it all through middle school, all through high school, did a bunch of different stuff in high school specifically, because there was like the class that you could take, but then there were a bunch of extracurricular things you could do, marching band, jazz band, so on.
Did you do them all? Were you like...
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
I did them all. I was locked in high school.
Were you ever improvising in the jazz band?
Yeah.
Nice.
I was like okay at improvising.
Yeah. Me too.
It's not easy. You have to have a really solid understanding, and also just like the brain for it in terms of like what's gonna sound decent in context of what else is going on, because that kind of, it's not like you can kind of get away with whatever, but to make it like better.
I would always, I'm like looking up, thinking about it. I just always knew that when I was learning the blues scales that we would kind of be improvising over.
Yeah.
That positions 1 and 3 were typically in the scale.
Yep.
That wasn't always the truth, but 90% of the time it felt like, to middle school Cam, that if I just played like 1-3-1, 3-1-3-1, like it's like I didn't have to worry about the notes. I could just play.
Yeah.
But I had one good solo. I know it because my brother, as you know, who now has his master's in jazz, we were in the same jazz band because we're triplets, for anyone that might not know this by now.
Oh, right.
Yeah, some folks don't know that I'm a triplet up here. Isn't that cool?
Oh, that's really interesting, actually.
Yeah.
But just thinking about all 3 of y'all being in the same, like, jazz, like, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Ben wasn't in it, but Andrew was. And after the concert, he goes, "That was a good one."
Hey.
And it was my last one, so
that's
I hung up the jazz horn right after that.
Yeah.
I'll show you a picture after this.
Oh, yeah.
Of my little outfit. It was the holiday concert. It was cutie.
But like that was kind of where like making music and the love for that kind of came through, and then kind of informed the decision also to be a part of Phi Mu Alpha, because the whole kind of thing of it being a music fraternity is we're making music together.
Yeah, and you must have made so many friends in middle school and high school from music specifically, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like, and not to you're
Definitely high school.
Your freaking phone background since I've known you
Yeah.
has been friends from your high school band. No.
Yes.
Look at me. I remember that from our conversations years ago. Like it's that's so egotistical. I remember that. Look. No, but like I remember you telling me that, and that stuck with me because it's still your profile
is.
picture, and it's been that way for years. So you had this inherited, like super deep rooted knowledge and feeling that there are friends to be made in music.
100%.
And so like. I don't know. It's just whenever I meet someone out, because everyone who joined Phi Mu Alpha was amazing. Like loved
Yes.
music, but loving music to me is such a good indicator of if they're like truly someone who cares about others. Does that make sense? Does that resonate with you at all?
No, yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah. And I guess the question would be: is do you think anyone in your life that you've met, like what is your relationship as it pertains to music and relationships and stuff like that? Does that make sense?
Ooh. I mean, honestly, the majority of the close friends I have in my life right now, I've met through doing some kind of musical outlet. Most of the people I still talk to from high school were in band with me. Like most of my really good college friends that were like really solid, by the end of it, I met through doing either PMA or being in the marching band at UGA.
President?
Yes. Yep.
Double president over here.
Yeah, it's a bit in the trombone section of the Redcoat Marching Band at UGA that everyone in the section is a president of the section, making fun of potential other sections and trying to do elections in their own section, which is dumb, but not to get too into that.
It's also great for the resume.
Yeah.
It's like yeah, I'm a
Put
president.
that on my LinkedIn.
But dude, so with that being the case, like, do you think there's something inherent about music and nurturing? Like, I'm asking you an insane question, I know, but like, what do you think that is? Because it's true for me, it's true for you, and I'm sure it's true for others.
I don't think necessarily like having a love of music and a love of different types of music or whatever I don't think that in and of itself is like a necessary component of being empathetic.
Completely agree.
But I think having that love can lead to that 100%.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, I think for me also, as far as like friends go, spending a lot of time sharing a common interest makes friends. So like I had the love of music, and so it's kind of natural that a lot of my friends now share that same.
Yeah, I guess I do agree with you in what you're saying, and I'm not trying to be like forcing you to agree with me on this extent, but like I truly think there's something like truly special about like sharing music and the feeling of like sending a song to someone and resonating with this, like it's like a really
It's something you can bond over.
and it's a really an easy way to immediately share emotion,
Yeah.
where lots of friendships can occur not devoid of emotion, but like without deep true and you know what I'll say, I'll mend my statement a bit, and I'll say it need not be music in particular. I think art, like any form of like being able to express yourself, expression is what, like expression with others is what gets people to understand you.
Yes.
But I guess that's where I'm landing, and I really do think it's magical, and I know you agree.
I get with you on that.
With me on that. But now I think this is a great segue, because you got your degree in something completely scientific.
Yes, I did.
And let's get some clarification on, because
Right.
Can I
Yeah.
guess? Can I guess, and then you can tell me if I'm wrong? Because I think I'm wrong. And I'm a bad friend for this.
So are you guessing what I got my bachelor's in or my master's?
Crap.
Yeah.
I'll do both.
Okay.
And then don't tell. Hey, you got. One of them for sure is like something with microbiology.
Yes, that was my bachelor's.
No way.
Yep, 100%.
Okay.
I was thinking you were gonna go like biology.
No.
And then
I knew it was special. Okay. And then your master's. It's also in relation to biology and microorganisms, because I know you have a.
The path that I took with it is, but the whole field necessarily isn't.
Whoa. I know this is wrong, but I want to say it. Like river ecology.
No,
Okay,
sorry.
what is-
I got a master's in public health.
Right.
So
right.
I went about it from like the foodborne illness side of it, as far as public health goes, and like infectious disease. But public health.
Where'd that come from? You've told me this before, but I'd like to remember. Like what led you down this path?
It was kind of a lot of things that happened slowly over time. Going into college, I was debating if I wanted to do music or not, because so much of my high school experience was music. But I also really liked the science classes that I took. I was in a STEM magnet program at my high school. So like kids from around the county were pulled into my school. You could apply, and it was like a accelerated track on science and math.
Was there a cool teacher that you will never forget from that, or was the whole program just killer?
Certain teachers were better than others, I'll say. But I definitely had a lot of good teachers in high school.
No, like I owe it all to Mr. Jenkins. None of that. It's like it was the whole program.
I don't think there was any one teacher that inspired my love for science in high school. It just was like, hey, this is really working out for me.
Cool.
So I was debating between music and science, and I kind of landed on I can always keep music as a hobby, but like
You can't keep science as a hobby though.
like not to the same extent.
Yeah, I mean you could. Yeah.
Like I can be well read and know what's going on in the science world, but that's kind of where the buck stops when it comes to like a hobby.
Yeah.
As far as I at least was thinking in high school. Whereas music, there's like more direct outlets for that don't involve going to a university and spending at least 4 years like mastering an instrument. I really loved music in high school, didn't love practicing as much, so I was like, so let me do science. Going to college, I knew I was interested in like human health broadly. I thought I would go to med school, and then COVID happened and hospitals were hit super hard by that, and it was a kind of a shit show. So I kind of pivoted away from wanting to like practice medicine potentially, and more so being on like the preventative end of things. How can we stop the next pandemic from happening, or at the very least learn from COVID and do better next time.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
That's cool. And so you've been doing this. You have a peer-reviewed scholarly paper out that you contributed to. I'll put the link in the description. That'll be fun. People check it out sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it'll be in the description.
This podcast will self-destruct in 5, 4, 3, 2. Just kidding. I totally got you. You absolutely believed me. Oh my God, I got you good. Oh, wow. I feel great about that. Okay, here is the rest of the episode. You're halfway done. Keep going.
Where are you in that journey, like, of working in public health? Because I'm sure it is not easy right now.
No. Yeah. A lot of decisions made at the federal government level have really made the field of public health quite volatile right now.
You're being so professional. You're being so professional, and I respect that about you because I'm sure this is gonna go mega viral, and you want all your future employers to know that you respect the government at large, regardless of their decision making. But
still applying for jobs and we're putting it on the internet, so why not be better safe than sorry? But nah, like the CDC was somewhere that I really would love to work for, still is. But then like January 2025, they froze all new hires and fired a bunch of people, and then those fired people, some of them got rehired back, but certainly not all of them. And then so that's a bunch of more educated and more experienced professionals entering the job pool at a time where I'm fresh out of school. All while opportunities themselves are decreasing because of federal grant funding cuts. Because even if research isn't necessarily done or whatever have you, whatever program, even if it's not research based, a lot of that money comes from the federal government in the form of grants. And then if we're making major slashes to grant money, then there's just less opportunities. You can't hire people, you can't pay them. So it's been a rough market to come into since graduating, still working on trying to make something fit. But, trying to still be involved how I can, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, it really is so interesting just because what you said is very specific to your market.
Yeah.
But the whole time you were speaking, I'm like, it's pretty much the exact same thing in
Yeah.
entertainment too, for different reasons by and large. But it's like, it's never been harder to get a job,
Yeah.
to enter into a field, I feel. And it always, it always makes me want to fall back on the arts. I don't really have an answer, and I love to tout and raise art and expression and all that, performing and making stuff for yourself as the greatest way to be, or one of the better ways to be. But there really is no. It's kind of like, I hate to be like, that sucks, but that's all anyone can say.
Yeah. I don't definitely mean to say that, like, it's only the public health field that's having it rough right now.
Oh,
I don't mean to say that at all.
Of course not.
I just know it's up with what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
But I know it's rough for a lot of people out there right now.
So how are you keeping busy? What are you getting up to? What is what are you doing in the meantime? Is there stuff you can do, not even public health related, but if there is something you can and are doing, I'm sure everyone would be intrigued to know, especially me. What are you doing in the meantime outside of just waiting for, opportunities to, go all the way around and back again to where there's more, I do believe the ball will drop, the bubble will pop, and there'll be more opportunities again one day. But what are you doing right now?
As far as professionally goes, I'm just trying to make pivots that make sense, that are still in line with my goals, just in a kind of different sense than how I was thinking. Making money right now by being a substitute teacher.
How's that been?
That's been going really well, actually. I've been doing it for the past 8 months. And, when I got the job, it was kind of yes, this will be a good thing to make money, keep me busy, while I'm applying for jobs elsewhere. But it's been surprisingly good. And then recently I've been able to go in for a long-term assignment. A teacher went out on maternity leave. So her 10-month leave I'm covering. and that's been really nice because I've actually been able to like have continuity with the kids, and
They like you? What grade?
I like to think so. High school.
Whoa.
Yeah. It was a biology and chemistry class. One chem, two bios. And the chemistry class had every grade level represented. It was an on-level class. And then the bio classes were both honors and all had freshmen in them.
Whoa. Okay, freshman is good. Freshman is good. And then I'm sure all grade levels is scary because they aren't too far away from you. Truly in experience, they're light years away. Like in terms of things they need to see and like experience, they're light years away and aren't really adults in that matter. But like, I'm sure the closeness in age can be difficult. No, I mean, I would go in every day and be like, hey, fellow kids, it's me. I'm 24. Don't worry.
Yeah.
You know,
I think there are ways to be age appropriate and still be the adult in the room.
how you doing that?
I don't quite know how to put it into words, but it's just, I think with the older kids, you can be a little more chill with them. Sometimes you kind of need to. It kind of depends on the student, honestly, and how they interact with the class. It's something, I mean, as a sub, before I had this long-term assignment, I'm coming into a random class on a random day, and I just kind of have to like make it work. So it's a lot of reading the room, and just, I mean, honestly, for me, it's just kind of been an instinctual thing of like, what's the best way I need to approach this interaction or to like have a successful day. I think most of the time seniors kind of know what's up, and so you can be a little more chill with them because they don't quite need as much direction.
Have you had any crazy interactions with a kid yet? You must have.
I mean, yes.
You're being so good. And I know you like to gossip. I know you do. We've gossiped for ages before.
All right, I'll tell you a fun story.
Thank you.
So this
Gotta
is
pull it out of you.
this is a middle school story. So it was in a reading class. They have reading in middle schools in my county. And they were working on their laptops on a project that they were presenting the next day. And so it was a pretty easy day for me. I just had to like monitor the classroom and like make sure they were generally on task. And like some of them were really close to done, so like they were just kind of chilling. So it was a pretty easy day. It's the last class of the day, 7th period, maybe 30 minutes before the end of the school day. And I'm like, all right, good day. Just got to get through this last period and get on out of here. So
Is this the one you what happened? Are we good?
I knocked my water bottle over. It's
Oh,
okay.
that's fine. Is this the one you told me back in March with the computer?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, this is definitely the best sub story I have. But
I'm glad I forgot because I earnestly was asking you for gossip, and now I'm getting to remember and relive it.
So all the students are kind of like out in front of me in rows, but then there's this side table, and these two students are working at it, and I was like fine with that because they weren't in their desks, but they were doing what they needed to do. So that was cool with me, as long as you're working, right? But then they were like fiddling with the pencil sharpener that was also on that table. Took out the drawer. The drawer was like full of pencil shavings because no one had like dumped them out.
No one ever does.
Yeah.
Except I would because I was a teacher's pet because my mom's a teacher. But it's kind of like the lint trap in the dryer.
Right.
You kind of wait for the next person for like
Yeah.
the thing to stop working.
Yeah. So they pull the drawer out. Shavings go everywhere, including into the ports of this one student's laptop. And so I'm sitting there, I'm kind of like looking out at the main bulk of the class, minding my own business, right? They're doing what they need to do. And then all of a sudden, I hear bam, 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 bam on the desk off to my left. And I'm like, whoa, what's going on? The student starts slamming her computer onto the desk and then starts slamming the computer repeatedly, hard, into her face. So when I see this happen, I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? So I, rush over there.
It's very like Hereditary. Have you seen Hereditary?
Yes.
You know when the kid
is.
starts
And I didn't
smacking
even think of that, but it is.
Yeah, because
it kind of is.
I haven't
That's
even
crazy,
seen that movie,
actually.
and that was my first thought in March and also right now.
So I go over her and I'm like, hey, are you okay? And she was like, there's pencil shavings in my computer. And I was like, okay, well, I don't think we need to be like slamming the laptop on the table. And then they go on to tell me that a previous student in their class, before I had even gotten there, like, a while ago, months ago, had like stabbed a pencil into the board of his computer, and then the computer started smoking. So this student thought that because a little pencil shaving had made it into the port of her laptop, that her laptop was going to explode. So
Not terrible reasoning.
Yes.
Because
maybe I can see where she might be worried. It's the solution to the problem where I had a hard time
hold on.
understanding.
Let me put you, if you'll allow me for a second.
Because also she slammed it like on the bottom of the laptop. Like she didn't slam it, like she didn't put the port side down to get the shavings out. It was just boom, 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 boom.
When you first told me this story, it was after a long day, and I was completely on your side. Right now, I'd like to take this chance to defend the middle schooler.
Okay.
Okay? You see a kid in your grade with the machine you have limited knowledge of. I remember because it's a school-given computer. It's not a personal computer, right?
It's a school given.
Yeah. So it's one you're coming into, and you're either renting out or like you have your guaranteed number or whatever, and you're seeing someone use pencil, and pencil make computer smoke, right? That's what happened, correct? The first time,
All right.
right?
Sure.
Okay. So once again, device you're not familiar with. Pencil make device you're not familiar with explode, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pencil get in device you're not familiar with. And you never care to ask if it's the pencil that makes computer explode, right?
No, but she was worried because the pencil shavings had gotten into the port.
Well, exactly.
So she knew.
No, she knew that it happened, and didn't have the knowledge to know that it was the stabbing. It was the jabbing of the
Right.
To me, it's like a chemical reaction in my head. I think she's thinking lead in computer make computer boom, which isn't a terrible thought process.
No.
And then in regards to the true crazy action here, you have a bomb in your hand. You're 11 years old.
And your action is to slam the bomb into your face repeatedly?
You're 11 years old. You're 11 years old. It's not right what she did, but it's not wrong. And that's what I'm landing on.
I mean, no, I can't agree with you. I could maybe get with you on if this story was just she was slamming the laptop on the table, I could maybe get with you, but like she slammed it into her face hard. Like that's it was self-destructive behavior I observed.
She tried table first. Didn't work. Oh my god, what do I do? She put her body on the line for her classmates. I stand with her.
Wow. Last ad of the episode. You made it. Isn't it cool how sometimes there can be ads for things that aren't really being sold? Isn't that so sweet? Isn't that cool that that's what I do? Well, that's what I do. And I love you guys for listening. Yeah. Here comes the rest of the episode. Short and sweet one. Okay, bye.
Middle schoolers, that situation aside, can kind of be wild.
Yeah.
But
or that situation included.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, most of the time with middle school, it's wild that I can manage. You know what I mean? They're still little kids in middle school for the most part. Some of them get past that faster than others, of course.
I'm not,
but
I'm never truly outside of like someone hurting somebody else and occasionally themselves. In the case of this lovely student, middle school it's literally made for all they're the kid rejects and the adult not there yet. It's literally like the worst 3 years of your development. We're putting you all in the same quarantine zone. I think it's perfect. It makes complete sense.
But when there's still little kid energy going on, for me as like a substitute, that's like something I can work with more consistently when it comes to like, hey, I'm a stranger and I'm going to have authority in this classroom for today, as opposed to what happens when you go past that sometimes, as you age and it becomes a thing of like, oh, I'm too cool for this. You can't tell me what to do. Like kind of little punk energy.
Yeah.
Which is harder to get through. I'd rather have sometimes I'd rather have bouncing off the walls than a brick wall.
Would you okay, I'm going to give you a couple ages of kids. I want you to rank them best to worst to substitute for. Let's go little kid energy you just described.
Right.
13-year-old brat.
Okay.
Right? Like approaching high school, you know, like the two folks that you just described, brick wall and bouncing off the walls.
Yeah.
Let's get senioritis senior.
Mm-hmm.
And then let's get like just got their driver's license, clanging like making the key noise jingle. I'm like, come on. I like jingling keys, coming in late with coffee. Good student. And then teacher's pet. You have these 5.
Senioritis kid, as long as like you are doing enough to graduate, then like
they're getting C's. Except
I, as a substitute, am cool to not like poke the bear on that one. Super.
So they're
hard.
your number 1.
Well, I'm kind of talking through it.
No, you gotta do it live. Come on.
Okay. Bottom 5's got to be brick wall.
Word.
Different from senioritis kid because the brick wall kid is gonna like kind of talk back at you
and ruin the vibe.
Like
ruin the vibe for the rest of the class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or, well, not for like the other students.
Well,
Usually
I mean,
go beyond that. But
if people
definitely
were
the relationship
on the
with
sub,
that one student for that day.
If people were shitting on the sub, I'd get pissed at that person. Once again, I'm a huge teacher's pet. But like I'm like, no, like it's like cut it out. You know, like you weren't better than the sub. The sub's much better than you. So okay, 5 is brick wall.
I'm gonna put little kid energy at 4,
Mm-hmm.
bouncing off the walls, that kind of kid. I'd rather have that than brick wall, but that still doesn't mean that little kid energy bouncing off the walls is like, oh my god, this is an ideal student to have. I wouldn't say that.
So then that leaves we have senioritis at 1. You said.
I don't think it's gonna stay at 1, but I guess it can be at 1 for right now.
And then so that leaves.
It can't be at 1.
That leaves jingling keys. A good student, but jingling keys. And then I want to make it clarifying on teacher's pet, annoying teacher's pet.
That's what I was thinking.
Like reminding you. Oh my God.
So okay.
There was a big homework due today, but everybody knew the teacher would be out. This is the kid that reminds you to turn in to collect the homework.
So they're an arc.
I would say upholding justice in the
Right.
classroom.
Right. So senioritis kid, sorry, but you're gonna get bumped down to 3. You're not. It's not bad.
You're putting narc over senioritis kid?
Wait.
Cause okay, so it sounds like your number 1 now is jingling keys.
Number 1's jingling keys.
Right. So
like, I don't know. I've never. And again, maybe I would care about it more if I was a full-time actual teacher.
But it's just like a
tardies
one-day
haven't
thing.
really. I mean, even on like the long-term sub thing, tardies didn't really bother me too much as long as you were coming in and not being disruptive. So I guess it would depend on if jingling keys is constantly disrupting the class when they're coming in. But if they're a good student otherwise, then like nobody's perfect, I guess.
Okay, and then narc and senioritis.
I think I have to put senioritis at 3 and narc at 2.
I knew it.
Because like my potential problem with senioritis kid, if you don't want to do the work and you're like chilling, like if you can get away with that and be fine, then all right, you and I are cool. But my problem is when that behavior starts to influence the other students in the classroom, maybe those who cannot make that same choice, then that becomes more of a problem. That's not every case, but it I've seen it kind of happen. So
And then narc is
then-
number 2.
yeah,
I
'cause
agree.
At least you yourself are doing what you need to do.
Yeah.
You're
That's
doing
real.
more than what you need to do, but you are doing. You've met the level that I need you to meet.
This has been so cool.
But I mean, education has been kind of a cool place to pivot to. I don't know if it's somewhere I'm going to stay forever. We'll see. But like, especially when it's been science and to some degree math, but something I can like actually help and teach the kids with as far as subject goes, like it's been really enjoyable. And I feel like it's still relevant to what I learned in school. A lot of the training in public health revolves around how do you take a complex idea or like get someone to do something and explain it to them in a way that like a lay audience can understand, and also in a way that will persuade them to do it. So when it comes to teaching high schoolers or middle schoolers or whatever have you, like science, a lot of them it's their first time encountering the concept, and it's just like a different audience to kind of explain all of that stuff to. So it falls within the same vein.
Yeah.
And then education
It's very transferable skill, it feels like.
and also as far as like personal desires for what I want out of a career, like education can improve someone's life and livelihood and health long term, having an education. So that also kind of fills that goal of like wanting to help community health thrive, but just more so in a providing education way, I guess, than a infectious disease outbreak management way that I was originally intending on. But I don't know. I think both paths are still in front of me.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You're 12 years old.
Right.
Yeah, you're baby in the
Yeah.
grand scheme of life, no doubt. Yeah, never.
So,
if you know,
We'll see.
if I can,
Time will tell.
if I can be friend of yours that's 1 year older and claims to know more because of that, if you'll allow me to
Please
do it for
impart some sage wisdom.
yeah, You have plenty of time,
Yeah.
and I believe in you wholeheartedly. I've been so interested in hearing you talk about your perspective on this, and you still seem so laser focused on it that it's going to happen for you one way or another. I really feel that for you.
Thanks.
And it's about time to wrap this puppy up.
Dang.
I hope you've had fun.
I have.
We end these by asking the same question I asked you at the beginning, and feel free to say whatever you want. The answer can change. You can say the same. This is truly your big moment. But I'm gonna say, hey, Connor Norris, how are ya?
I'm doing pretty well right now. It's been a great conversation. It's been great hanging out with you outside and like actually getting to spend time with you now that we're living multiple states apart. Yeah, I mean, as far as right now goes, I'm pretty happy.
Great. I've really, really enjoyed this.
Me too.
You're an absolute star of a person.
I feel the same way about you.
Stop it. Keep going. Stop it. No, I adore you, friend. And let's get ready for bed.
It's what time is it?
It's
11:30 about. Yay.
Cue the music. Cue it in.
What?
Cue the music in. The end music. Just cue it in right. Just I'm gonna go. Perfect.
Okay.
Thanks for listening to Hey How Are Ya, a brand new podcast. Thanks to everyone who's involved, being me, I guess. Thanks, me. Also, huge shout out to my brother, Andrew Kreitner, who is now learning that his original composition is the theme music for this podcast. Thanks, Andrew. I hope you don't mind. Thanks for listening. Have a great rest of your day. See you next week for a new episode. Bye.